I see friends who are mayors and managers here, and the mayors are manager aspirants, and the managers are happy they're not mayors here. So I'm really excited to have all of you here. This is an important event for us. As was alluded to earlier, the opportunity to engage all of you again in discussion, and I say again because many of us have spent many hours already talking, engage you again in a discussion about the economic vitality of our cities and towns, our regions, and especially our Commonwealth is something that I've been very much looking forward to. I'm actually very excited to be here and to be with people who I respect for the work that you've done, and look forward to hearing more from you about the vision that you have for what we can do in the future.
This program is specifically about helping companies that have developed research under SBIR grants take them to commercialization. Because when you've won those SBIR grants, you're not allowed to use those funds for anything but research and technology development. You can't use them for business development. You can't use them to hire your first sales or marketing person. Distributed $9 million to date, as of yesterday, to 40 companies in Massachusetts. In the past 3 years, this program's only been around for 3 years, those companies have gained $24 million in outside private venture capital investment. One is about to maybe double that in one sum investment, so it's being very successful. And then they've also increased their employment by 30% since they entered the program. So there's a real opportunities to take something that's being fostered in a university somewhere and really grow it. And so far, most of those projects, they're all over. There's some in the South Shore area, there's some out on 495, and there's an opportunity for us with some more resources to go and make sure we're seeing those opportunities
So
in Massachusetts, in UMass, Springfield, and here, and etc.
So that's a good example, I think, of funding mechanism.
Yeah.
I know there are examples of program mechanisms that have been successful.
But it's also you asked about people. It's not
Right.
just
Yeah,
capital.
it's
The mentoring
Yes.
and the network and the advisement.
Yeah.
There are more than 90 people
Which are critical
judging
parts.
and mentoring these companies. It's
Yeah.
really a program that tries to work across that network of resources.
Okay.
So that was a shameless plug.
Good. Other? Yes.
Yeah, I think, we sort of glossed over this, but it's worth saying, especially in conversations with administration, which we're part of at the Department of Higher Ed, but I really think the higher ed institutions here are really a model for the rest of the state in many ways. And so the partnerships that exist between Middlesex and UMass Lowell, and then Northern Essex, and also Mass Bay out sort of the Metro West area, like those have been really critical to the development of economic development in this region, and the fact that there are employers who say, yeah, I don't go anywhere. I don't go to Boston. I don't go to MIT to find employees. I go to UMass Lowell and I go to Middlesex. And one of the things that we're trying to do at DHE is also, to your earlier point, kind of support those institutions also working with and learning from each other and working in a sort of collective way instead of just sort of focusing on a smallish region, but think how can we sort of do this from like the Eastern Mass or even into Central Mass and really across the state.
So can I talk to you about how you managed to make that happen outside
Yes.
of this?
Yeah, I mean, and I can give you Stephanie's information as well, but I think, what we found really successful in Billerica is once you get a couple of companies on board, then as other big companies are coming in and looking at the town, we can get them to speak to the EMB Serranos and the E-Yanks who are utilizing the shuttle service.
Because we're
It's
8
been very
miles from
successful.
3 different commuter rails.
Yeah, and we have a commuter rail in town too, but when they get to the commuter rail, how do they get to the office? We don't have
Exactly, it's a long
taxis.
walk.
There are ways. Jose,
Right?
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, I just wanted to I brainstormed quickly some other organizations that are very good. One is Fairfax Valley Small Business Center.
Yeah.
Local blocks, they work with all the business, etc. Mill Cities, which used to focus on real estate and other things, they're also moving into doing small business lending. The Lowell Finance Corporation, working with downtown businesses. The New Entry Farm Project, also here in Lowell, working with people that want to enter farming. And then obviously Axion, which is the biggest microlender in the state.
What was that? I missed the last.
Axion,
Axion.
biggest microlender in New England. So.
The new large partnership will be launching a venture fund. So we're going to focus on small businesses.
How closely linked are startups and higher education institutions? Are there, the one I was going to try to get on the table was, are there particular sectors or stages of business growth in which access to capital is an acute problem? Where is innovation taking place in your communities? And how can the Commonwealth support the style?
At the bottom of everybody's agenda is an email address. And if you have strong opinions about any of the bottom discussion points, by all means, send your thoughts on those points to that email address. Send them to me. We'll make sure that any idea that you have, we'll make sure it's incorporated in our plan.